All right, we live. We live. We live. We live. We live. What's good? All right, I'm coming at y'all, and we live, baby. You know, I keep saying that till I see the screen light up, so I know we good. All right, first things first. I'm rocking the Maryland lacrosse team shirt. You know, national champions. And anything DMV I'm supporting, giving props to, and yeah, I see that division. And the title is going to be MC Money or Kareem Elite SW. uh, me and my crew, meaning we were aspiring to be the next, big thing out of DC back in the day, like 86, 87. I think we was in the 10th, 11th grade. And I think trying to be in the music business got out my system when I became a senior in high school, and definitely when I got out of school and got a job making 18 an hour, because my trade was brick masonry. So I was a bricklayer. And I remember my professor, instructor name. His name is Curtis Hayes. Worked at Phelps, and he was in charge of the brick masonry department. And he drove a GTO. Now, let me tell you how I remember this name. I went to see Fast Nine, and they chasing what's her name? Let's see. Vin Diesel girl in the movie. They chasing her on the bike, and this SS Impala or Nova was being chased in the movie, and it just popped in my head. Curtis Hayes, that was his name, and that was the man that gave me my first job. His brother owned a construction company back in the day, and everybody that passed his class got a job. So yeah, I worked the whole summer in Virginia, as I stated, a housing project that they was developing, and I didn't keep the job over the summer, past the summer, because I was scared of heights, and it wasn't going to do it for me to do this long term. I'm fresh on the scene of this YouTube video thing, and running my mouth, bringing conversations to the panel. Um, every day I'm gonna give statistics and data update. So I made 24 videos within this month. I got 300 views, and that's not bad for the first month. So this is July 1st, and not bad at all. I just got back from vacation. You know, I was scared, not scared, but I'm just not ready to get on a plane, with this COVID. I want this stuff to totally be done with before I get back on that plane and in the plane for, however many hours, breathing everybody air, you know. You can't open the windows in the air, and everybody is breathing the recycled air on that plane. I ain't ready for that. It is what it is. Um, I supposed to been going to Canada last year. You know, Drake has like some kind of tour, from what I heard, allegedly set up like a part of his house. He's making money from his home that he built. People can come into his house and tour his house. Like they go to the White House and they go see, the artifacts and the nice paintings and the furniture and stuff. So that would have been a big deal to go see Drake House and to go see the Toronto Raptors. You know, their not stadium, but their basketball place where they ball at. Like for us, it's the Capital One for the Washington Wizards. You know, what's the name of it? It's not no convention center. It's you know, uh, not a stadium. Uh, I forget what they call it. Anyway, is where the Raptors play ball. Um, whereas the Capital One Center, let's just identify it like that. Like when we went to LA, we went to the Staples Center. I was on Xbox Plaza, you know, where they do the live recording at when they out there. I was out there the year that not Paul George, we had Paul George and Kwame, no, Kawhi Leonard got out there, and he was the buzz of the town. And they had his picture everywhere on billboards all over LA. So it was a big deal for him to come there. So um, honestly, I wouldn't think the Suns would have won if he didn't get hurt. But congratulations to Chris Paul. Um, you know, even if he don't win it, he got over the hump to get to the conference and the playoffs, and he won the conference. Even if he lose in the big game, he's a champion because he got there. He won the conference. He won the conference. So if his career ends after this championship and he don't get it, he can be proud of his career, because you play to win, and I came up with and I never heard nobody say this. If you make it to the chip, you're a champion, because society itself would say, well, you ain't win it. You ain't no champion. Yes, you are. Because you had to beat certain teams to get to the conference finals. So that's like a division. You won your division. So I had to think back. I'm like, you know what? I am a champion because I won two division titles to get to the chip, even though I lost. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm claiming, and that's what it is. And we team Chambliss champions over here, and we get it in. We grooming scholars, what I'm saying, and champions over here. That's what we do. But yeah, let me get to the topic. I'm talking about everything but that. But we was expiring to get into the music business, and we got a production deal, not a record company deal. I mean, not a record label deal. We got a production deal. So we were actually working with a guy. Um, Honestly, I forgot the dude's name. It was so long, and it was just a lot of drama with that with him, because the dude was making money. He was a musician himself, so he was traveling with our demos, and um, you know, it was just crazy. So let me walk you through the story. Um, this guy played saxophone for James Brown for a number of years, so that's how he made his money. And he was from DC, from Langston Park, and over there by Spingarn. I think that's Langston Park. It's Langston something. Langston Projects. So yeah, it's one of the other. But anyway, he was a native from there. So we met him. Uh, he rented a loft downtown by the Naval Memorial Academy, and he was on the top floor, like the penthouse level, and it was only 4 levels, so he had like a lot of space. It was huge up in there. My man was also a Q dog, and maybe it's good that I don't say his name, because I don't know what's up with him, and but I really don't remember his name. But I can give you the story, with no issues. Uh, anyway, he rented a loft, and he was a Q dog. So therefore, not only he was recording demos up in his loft, doing we met him at he had a showcase featuring DC artists that was up and coming and inspiring. So the showcase that me and my crew went to, it was off the chain, and you know, it was like singers, rappers, musicians, some dancers, and it wasn't no prize involved. It was just for you to showcase your talent. And but uh you had to have known one of the promoters to get put on the showcase. So that's how, the acts got signed up. And they blew it out the pot. We probably paid like $10 to get in. And they was passing out flyers that they was trying to work with new artists, and they was trying to get them deals and everything. So, that was right up our alley, me and my crew. And so I was part of a duo called Owski and Money, and then I later on went solo to become Kareem Malik SW. The SW was supposed to mean strong and wise. This one rap was making this transition and becoming more woke and Asiatic, learning about your people and whatnot. So, the black, red, and green was in effect. So I took on an authentic African name that I made up, you know, and I thought it was dope. And that's why I said, let me do something on that. And, so anyway, we did these demos. Besides the demos that we did with Chucky Thompson, I don't even know if that was earlier or after, but anyway, um, we did some nice songs. We did about 8 songs that we made demos for that was tight, and we had we had appointments that he had set up for us to go up to New York to meet with A&R label individuals to talk about signing, and uh, it was just crazy. It's like sometimes when things align, sometimes things ain't meant for you because soon as we get ready to go to New York to meet with these A&R folks, and I couldn't tell you which labels it was. It was like 3 though. We had 3 appointments, because they called us and was like, we be interested in working with you. So for me not to remember what labels they might have been independent and unknown at the time, that might have blossomed into something. So I wouldn't know, because a lot of labels change their names, like at least, over and over, far as, you know, uh, for business purposes. So it could have been Jive or one of them reality records. Which one that was just signing people, giving them deals left and right. Um, Sleeping Bad records. and these labels that change their name, So just throwing three of the companies out there. So I don't know. Um, but anyway, soon as we were, scheduled to go to New York and make our rounds, why in the loft somebody came in and the guy that who we was working with, um, his girlfriend was in there one evening by herself, and he was making money. I say he was a Q dog because not only he was doing studio time with artists, um, he was doing showcases. He also was letting the Q dogs from Howard and the area schools do cabarets up there for like 3 grand a night, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. He was getting his money. And, you know, not only that, he had a love for art. So if you was an artist and wanted to display some of your art, he would let you put your art up in there and sell it. And he broke down with you. If your painting sold for 5 grand, he took 2,500, you got 2,500. And some folks was very talented, and he sold a number of paintings in it. But so he was getting money. So I say that to say, because he was in the downtown area, what club that was popping at the time was called the Ritz. I don't know if anybody remember that name. The club was on F Street, you know, you know, Fly Club, beautiful women, and they had it on lock. So one thing about anything new that opens up is fresh. Everybody want to be where the new spot is, where the new happening is, and wherever the ladies was going, they know the guys gonna follow. So anyway, the loft was not a club. He was giving cabarets that the Q Dolls was giving because he was a Q, and so allegedly, I think the Ritz and clubs like 930 Club and the other little clubs in that area, he was taking their business because that joint was packed, and so now they looking at him as being competition. So he come around there. No, people from these various clubs come around there. They checking out this spot, the clientele. They trying to find out who the owner and all this and that. And so to send a message, they start poking holes in the wall, flooding the toilets in the bathroom. So my man get on the tip like, okay, they want to play because the word got out of what was happening allegedly, right? So, now, he make a call. He got the brothers out front with the pit bulls, when the joint letting out. I'm sure they was right. I'm gonna just do that. People know what that means, you know. So yeah, they was right. And you know, so yeah, so he was dealing with that. Not only that, whoever that was like vandalizing his spot, they were breaking car windows out. So therefore, on Monday morning, it was like an art gallery downstairs from his loft, right there on 7th Street. And some European individuals or company own that art shop. Now, This is downtown DC, so everything is pricey. So you messing with their money. Cause now on Mondays, it's like vandalized cars and glass everywhere. And so they come over the weekend and they just hang out and see what's going on with their property and see that he giving these cabarets upstairs, and it's a lot of young black kids in their property upstairs because that art gallery, if I'm not mistaken, owned the whole loft, the whole building. And so basically he leased that loft for like 5 years, and they wanted to break the contract allegedly, right? And so they sent him an eviction letter saying, look, we don't want your business and we're going to return whatever money that's left to you. And he was like, nah, we're not doing that. Y'all going to deal with me. I got 3 more years on my contract. So um, it was crazy. His girlfriend was, Caucasian and, blonde hair, blue eyes, looking like Giselle Brady, Tom Brady wife. So yeah, my man drove the 944 Porsche like Scarface drove, black on black, fog lights, the whole nine. And he was a fly dude. He was a horn player, trumpet player like Miles Davis, and he played in, like I said, he toured with James Brown, and that's how he made his money. He was a traveling musician, and so anyway, um, like I said, just before we go to New York to meet with these folks, and mind you, we done made like 8 demos and shot a video that we was shopping to folks. And right before we was supposed to go up to New York, somebody came in that studio and they killed his girlfriend, and this was on the news, public information. What year was this? Like 1987? Yeah, I think so. So that was another thing that discouraged me too. All the work we was doing, we was like, man, we probably need to be living in New York, be connected with folks, because people from DC, and when they look at DC from other places that, you know, where people are getting on in the rap game, they don't look at DC, especially back then, as, ain't no good rappers coming out of DC. So we was known as the go-go town, and it been some dope MCs coming out of DC, and Wale was like the only one that broke through initially, that got a big time label deal, and with Def Jam, and then everything flooded. The door was open, and props to him for getting in and everybody else. But now the independent wave of this internet, you know, people independent, they getting money, but it's nothing like having the machine behind you that'll take you around the world and really put their money behind you. And that's just another level, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, a lot of the veteran musicians and rappers, they independent now doing well because they already had the machine that they've been under. So now you got your following, you are somebody. So now folks independent, the new school guys, like my nephew, you guys gotta be on your grind to try to get a major label deal, and then you gotta be good enough that they want to give you $2 million or better, and then give you the right percentages of your music, like your publishing and your royalties and stuff like that. So again, soon as we get ready to go to New York, my man girlfriend get killed, and I think they were coming to get at him, but he wasn't there. And even when they tried to evict him, you know, she was the face of the business, and they was trying to put it together. How is this Caucasian lady got this kind of clout with a lot of these kids that's black, and they filling up the spot. The spot held like at least 2,500 people, and he charged them 3,000 a night to do their cabarets in his spot. And this went on like the whole summer. So you talking like 5 months, and prior to that of us meeting him, he was doing this already like 2 years, and then he had a lease for 5 years. So yeah, it was crazy. So again, um, I think they was coming to get him up out of there because he refused to leave. And, his girl got caught in the crossfire, literally, because I think she was strangled and put into some kind of storage closet, and they burnt the loft with her in it. It was crazy. We watched it on the news. I was like, oh, that's the studio. And all our stuff got, burnt up in smoke. The video, all the recordings, the demos and stuff. So yeah, we started working with Chucky Thompson after that. You know, that's when we got put on with him. And I hope he see that. Thank you, bro. You came with the heat, and then we was glad to see what what you was doing went to the next level, especially because we didn't get there. It was good to see that. Puff took you to New York from Howard. And you did your thing on the Murray records and Biggie. You know, everybody that you work with, up there, the early bad boy. Chucky Thompson had his finger in the mix with that, so um, it was crazy. And so, yeah, so my man just disappeared after that. Now, allegedly, the word was on the street that, some folks from Boston owned that building, and the word came from the top that we want this dude up out of there off our property, and we don't care how it happened. So I'm thinking some soprano type of action, or was it one of the rivalry club owners or their people that did that? So it's always been a mystery because nobody uh, I don't even think that murder been solved, and he just disappeared. So you know, I played it in my mind. I'm like, did he do that to her? But I don't think so because he loved her. If you saw them together, they were in love, and she was like a sister. One of them Caucasian ladies that act black because she must have grew up around black kids or whatever, uh, if you close your eyes and listen to her, she has swag when she talk, and then you forget that she was a Caucasian woman. Um, just being around her, she wasn't, stiff or out of the loop. She was for real down and cool. So uh I think I forget her name too. So I'm sorry, I'm bad with names that, people that I vaguely knew, Um so yeah, I think that's what deterred, me and my crew from the game because of that experience alone. And it didn't feel good that we put all that work into them demos and it just go up in smoke. And we paid for them demos as well, studio time. And so I just took that as, all right, this ain't meant for me. And we're going to keep it moving. You know, we had a friend from school. His name was Don Turner. Anybody remember Don Turner? He worked on it was like a show on the radio with something similar to BT uh like a kids or teen summit. He had a radio show that was equivalent to Teen Summit on the radio that was on BT with Ananda and Prince Dejour, you know. Uh, yeah, and Prince Dejour, we see him all the time. We used to, because I think he lived in the Lago area. I used to see him at the Magic Johnson all the time. Cool dude, and so we was on the radio show with Don Turner on his version of Teen Summit. We did a live rap and you know, and what was crazy, we were in Virginia. Uh, some girls my boy Tony Belly met. We went out VA to go see these girls and just to hang out. And why the recording came on the radio of that interview and we freestyled, it was crazy. We hearing ourselves on the radio for the first time. It was crazy. And my man Gerald McBride was he was beatboxing. He called himself Box. And what was Big We used to call him Big And I forget his last name, but God rest his soul, rest in peace, Big You know, some joker took him out, like a week after my wedding. That's the last time I seen him. And it was crazy. And it was something dumb, argument on the bus. So somebody jumped out there trying to play hero. And he was like, I ain't, whatever, let's do it. And he got off the bus. And I think, you know, he was trying to hurry up and get off the bus because it was a couple of people with this dude that he was beefing with. So he was just trying to get situated. And allegedly, when he got off the bus, a car hit him. So it was crazy, Um, just stupid over nothing. But, you know, anyway, Irk was beatboxing as well. My man, Big Al. His name was Al Ski back in the day. And my man just turned 50. Happy 50th, player. I took him a bottle of Cavazier. Only players drink Cavazier. you know. Uh, so yeah, I had to go see my man before I dipped out of town. But yeah, uh, so yeah, hearing that interview, and we was like, yo, that's us right there. And the girls was like, oh, y'all lying. So I think we did the freestyle, and she like, oh, that's y'all on the radio. you know, so yeah, it was crazy. And so we was like, yeah, we like how that felt, you know. We like how that felt, like five honeys, you know, going off of freestyle. Now, just think if we did some for real records and to get out there, oh yeah, we want some of that. We want some of that love. And yeah, so it never happened. So, so that's where them names came from. MC Money, aka Kareem Malik SW, strong and wise, And yeah, so I just gave y'all the remix. It was more to it, but I don't want to be on here too long. You know, I want to just give you the facts, and you know, and we just go from there. So let me get into my next video. So that's it for that. So that's how I got that name, MC Money and Kareem Malik SW. You know what I'm saying? Strong and wise, and I gave that to myself. I made it up, because I thought long about, what would be something dope and different. And then it had to mean something. So I created the name, and I put the meaning behind it, So uh, my nephew is Money Man Biggs, but I was MC Money first. I was money. I was money first. So yeah, you know. But y'all go show some love to my nephew, Money Man Biggs, on YouTube. He up and coming. And I'm gonna keep plugging him every time I come on here every week, you know. And support his YouTube, get his views up. And we're gonna put on for DC when they call him and cut that money, you know what I'm saying? And that deal. So I'm out on this note. Peace.